Test 1 2. Test 1 2. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to an episode of the Preston Sports Podcast. Again, it's been a minute, but we move. We're kind of getting to the back half of the football season, so I figured why not try to do a little playoff standings video, because those are always fun to make. Not for me this year, but we'll get into that a little bit more in just a second. If you enjoy, you want to come back, watch some more videos, I have a bunch of other videos I've already uploaded. If you want to see more videos, make sure you subscribe, boop the notification bell so you get notified for future videos. And if you like this video, why not just hit the like button? Maybe comment down below what you like, what you didn't like. If you think that the Browns suck, why don't you just let me know? If you can tell me something new, I would be surprised. Let's just start with the AFC. The AFC is not at all how I predicted it would be this year, to say the least, and I'm sure that is the general idea. I'm working on right now pulling off the playoff picture for both the AFC and the NFC. I know the AFC, it is led by the Baltimore Ravens, followed up by the New England Patriots, who are then followed up by the Titans and the Chiefs. Those are the four divisional winners. I believe the wild card right now is the Bengals, the Chargers. Here, the NFL actually has a playoff picture. Hopefully it has a nice little graphic for me. No, that is fantastic. Don't worry, Preston, you can figure this out. If there's tied records, then that's rough. It shows me the first 5 teams. So it would be, the Bills, and the Chargers. So those would be your 5 wild card, or your 3 wild card teams. That, once again, being the Bengals, the Chargers, and the Bills. It would be Bills at 7-4. No, the Bengals at 7-4, because they're 3-2, or they're 3-1 in the division. Yeah, but basically, with the AFC, in the hunt is the Raiders, the Broncos, the Steelers, the Browns, and the Colts. There's a couple teams in the hunt. I guess you could say the Dolphins are in the hunt at 5-7 on a 4-game winning streak. So the AFC is very different than first of all, the Patriots are good. They're back. I'm so sad. I'm so sad. I thought they were dead. I was so happy that they were dead. I was so adamant that spending big money on free agents was not going to get them where they wanted to get. And so far, it's working. They're on a 6-game winning streak. Granted, they're 0-5 or 5-0 on the road. That is insane. That they're 3-4 at home, but they're 5-0 on the road. That is insane. The Bills, what a disappointment they've been. I mean, I guess 7-4 really isn't the worst record, but you really thought they would run away with this division. My big takeaway from the AFC this year is that no team is human. There's not a human team. There's not a team where it's there's not a team where in every game I'm 100% positive that they're going to win. Because there are games where I'm like, they really should win that. You look at the Bills versus the Jaguars. Bills, you should win that game. The Chiefs had a game earlier in the year where I was like, they really lost that game. And the Chiefs, they're back. But, somehow the Chiefs, they're like, oh, yeah. Week 1, they open up, they have a really good game against the Browns. Man, the Chiefs are here. And then they suck. And they're like, gosh dang, Patrick Mahomes is figured out. The Chiefs got figured out. The Chiefs suck. And now they're winning 4 games, and you're like, man, they're back. The Chiefs came back from the Super Bowl loss. So they were back, and then they were gone, and then they were back, and they've only played 11 games. The Chiefs have gone through the ultimate roller coaster. The Chargers started really good, and then they haven't been so good in the back half. The Broncos started really good, sucked, and then have been pretty good. The Raiders, same thing, started really good, kind of sucked, now they're pretty good again. The AFC North, this is the best, worst division in football I've ever seen. No team in this division, I know the Ravens are 8-3, the Bengals are 7-4, every team technically has a 500 record at the least. Every team in this division has played a game, and I'm like, what the frick is happening? The Ravens lost to the Dolphins. The Bengals got blown out by the Browns. The Steelers got blown out by the Bengals. The Ravens got blown out by the Bengals. The Browns barely beat the Lions. The Steelers tied the Lions. The Ravens needed a record-breaking 66-yard field goal from Justin Tucker in the last few seconds of the game to beat the Lions. I can only dream what the Bengals-Lions game will be like. But the AFC North has just been a complete... a lot of bad words came to mind, has been just garbage. The AFC South, the Colts started off not hot. I thought the Colts were going to be good this year, and it looks like the Colts are proving me right. The Titans, it's not a Preston Sports Podcast, so we don't yawn. The Titans started out incredibly good, and the Titans, and I saw the thing, it was like the Titans and the Rams, they either play like they're the best team in football or they're a bottom 10 team in football. There's no middle. And the Titans are just in a really rough boat right now where the entire offseason, we got A.J. Brown, Julio Jones, Derrick Henry. We're a Super Bowl hopeful team. You no longer have Derrick Henry, A.J. Brown, or Julio Jones. They're all on IR. Derrick Henry's probably going to be back for the playoffs. That's rough. That's a really rough boat to be in. Ryan Tannehill looks like he's in Miami again. This team is struggling hard right now. They're on a 2-game losing streak. 2 games I'm not going to say they really should have won. I mean, against the Texans, they should have won. And shoot, the Texans and the Jaguars. Like, the Texans beat the Titans, the Jaguars beat the Bills, but they both suck. Both teams are so bad. So bad. And I just don't know what to make of the AFC. Like, am I back to 3 years ago where I'm like, yeah, my AFC favorite is the Patriots. They're my pick because honestly they should be the favorites. They're the number one, or I guess they're not technically the number 1 seed. I'm sorry. Because the Ravens had a bye, and so they've only played 11 games, and the Patriots have played 12. But the Patriots have 8 wins. That's tied for second in the league. Like I said, they're 5-0 on the road. I think they have a top 10 scoring offense and a top 10 scoring defense. That's very good. Mac Jones, now granted, I don't think he will end up being the best quarterback of this draft class. So far, he has played like the best quarterback of this draft class. Now, I understand that he's played really well, and that makes us want to think, hey, he's probably going to be really good. And I'm not saying that he won't be really good, but I do genuinely believe that he went to the best situation for a rookie quarterback. That's the thing with being the last quarterback taken in the first round. Trevor Lawrence, what did he go to? Urban Meyer, not so great of an NFL head coach so far. The team, not a great football team. You think about Zach Wilson, rookie head coach, and Robert Saleh, questionable roster around him. You think Trey Lance, hasn't really played that much. When he has, it's kind of been off and on. And then Justin Fields, who has gone to Justin Fields just had a rough go of it. Matt Nagy does not want him to start. He was not building the offense around Justin Fields. All this stuff. Allen Robinson playing below expectations. The entire team really just playing below expectations. So, all this to be said, Mac Jones is playing really, really well right now. He's playing like a top 10 quarterback, which is scary because I just thought the Patriots... I watched them die. I watched the Titans kill them at an AFC wildcard in 2019, and I thought they were dead. I thought they were done. I'm a Browns fan. 45-7, they just slapped my Browns. 45 unanswered points right across the face. It was just a rough go of it. Rough go of it. The AFC, everyone in the AFC sucks besides maybe the Patriots. Man, This just proves that none of us know anything about football, and to say we know anything is stupid because we don't. We don't understand. No one understands football. The Bills lost to the Jaguars 9-6. 3 field goals for the Jaguars beat the 2 field goals by the Bills. What the Josh Allen, $258 million. $258 million. That's a lot of money to be playing professional football to not score a touchdown. $258 million. Not score a touchdown in a game. That's crazy. Yeah. AFC, crazy. You want to talk about the NFC? The NFC. Now, the NFC is getting a little more interesting, but it's pretty cut and dry. Now, when I say pretty cut and dry, I mean your teams are looking like Cardinals, obviously the 1 seed. Packers are the 2 seed. Bucks are the 3 seed. Cowboys are the 4 seed. After that, Rams. Sucks that they're in that division where they're really good. The Rams have kind of been skidding lately, but 7 and 4 being the number 5 seed. Sorry, I forgot how to count. Is it the Falcons? Is it the Falcons in a playoff spot? No, it's the 49ers. So it's the Rams and then the 49ers. And then I think the football team beating Seattle last night put them in the 7th seed. So right now it's Cowboys, Cardinals, Packers, Bucks, Rams, Niners, football team. Now, some of the biggest surprises from this division, Dallas. Did not think Dallas was going to be that well. I thought Dallas was a really good football team. I thought they improved the defense. I thought Dak coming back would add. I did not predict they would be 7 and 4. Granted, they're on a 2-game losing streak, but Raiders game, kind of questionable. Chiefs game, Dak coming back from injury, and didn't play Dak not coming back from injury. He was already back a couple games. Blowing that one against the Broncos, that seemed to be an abnormality. That's fine, we move. So the NFC East, last year, the NFC least, everyone from the division sucked. It was going to be Dallas's division. It's not looking like that anymore. Football team sneakily has won their last 3 games. They're 5-6, 1 game away from a 500 record. Same thing with the Eagles. I know they lost this week, but they're 5-7. Honestly, that one loss against the Giants might really hurt them. The Giants, who are 4-7. But Washington could make a sneaky run for this division. The defense is playing up to where they should have been playing. It sucks that Chase Young had to get hurt. I imagine he would only make that defense better, but it is what it is. You got to move. The Washington football team is doing that. The Cowboys, so it's really Cowboys-Washington for the division in my eyes. I don't believe in Jalen Hurts. I don't believe in Daniel Jones. The NFC West, wow, the Cardinals, really. So I didn't think the Cardinals were going to be that good. I thought it was going to be a similar year to last year, probably around 500, and that's all they were going to be. Wow, was I wrong. Not only is Cliff Kingsbury proving himself as not only a good NFL coach, but a superior one, an above-average one, using his players. And now, so the reason I say superior and above average is you say, yeah, he's got Kyler Murray, he's got DeAndre Hopkins, he's got Christian Kirk, Chandler Jones, J.J. Watt, all this stuff. First of all, J.J. Watt's done for the year. He got hurt a couple weeks ago. He's done for the year. He played 3 games without Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins. He won 2, I think he's 2-1 in those games. Now, granted, I don't think Cliff was there for those 3 games with Colt McCoy playing quarterback. And that just speaks to his coaching. You know, not only is like Kyler Murray such a dynamic playmaker and he's really good at football, so you could say, oh, he's getting carried by talent. Kyler Murray and Colt McCoy, 2 very different quarterbacks. Kyler Murray, short, strong arm, can really run around in the pocket, run and make plays, all that stuff. Colt McCoy, not any of that. Stand in the pocket, make your throws. He's a backup quarterback in the league for a reason. And DeAndre Hopkins, do I need to say much? DeAndre Hopkins is very good at football. Probably still the best wide receiver in the league in my eyes, personally. I know Cooper Kupp's awesome, but it is what it is. So the Cardinals are just really blowing me away. The defense is still worrying me a little bit, but I'm not going to argue with 9-2. Like, you really can't argue with 9-2. It's not like the Steelers last year where they were 11-0, but it was like, how are they 11-0? That doesn't make any sense. They're playing so bad. The Cardinals are just playing really good football. Rams started off super hot, and you think they trade for Von Miller, they add Odell Beckham Jr. Sure, Robert Woods tore his ACL. I don't think that was a coincidence. I think Robert Woods was scared Odell's dad was going to make an Instagram post, but that's fine. That's besides the point. This offense was looking really good, and then they've really skidded the last 3 weeks, losing 3 games that they easily could have won. Matthew Stafford is looking like he's still in Detroit, making some bad plays, but you just gotta have faith that Sean McVay is able to coach his players up, move past this, and hopefully continue to make a playoff Super Bowl push. The Niners really turning it on, really running the ball well. Debo is playing an amazing part of that. I think I saw in the last week he has 2 catches, and I think he has more rushing touchdowns than catches in the past couple of weeks. Debo, incredible football player. You love to see it. I thought it was incredible how the Niners went to the Super Bowl and then they sucked last year, and then I thought they were going to suck again this year because they were sucking, but they're playing some really good football right now. Jimmy G, people will talk bad about Jimmy G. I don't like to argue. I think QB wins is a very valid stat at a certain point. Whenever there's a team and whenever the quarterback is playing, they're winning, and whenever he's not, they're not. I think there's something to that. Whether it's he just elevates the players around him or he just knows the system really well, I don't argue with wins, and that's what Jimmy G's doing right now. Seahawks, they suck. That's surprising. I saw something. It's 8 wins for the first time in Russell Wilson, or 8 losses for the first time in Russell Wilson's career. Not good. Could have won that game in Washington last night. Russell Wilson's hurt. It's a rough thing to go through. Packers, in my opinion, the best team in the NFC. Their defense is playing spectacular with no Jair Alexander, no Zadarius Smith. Aaron Rodgers is hurt. They've had wide receivers in and out with COVID. I think this team is a really, really good football team. I love Matt LaFleur. I think this team is my NFC favorite for the Super Bowl. Speaking of NFC favorite for the Super Bowl, Tampa Bay, what do you want me to say? Tom Brady, GOAT. Leonard, 4 tutties, saving my fantasy team net, GOAT. Gronk, GOAT. Mike Evans, overrated. Chris Godwin, underutilized. Antonio Brown, hurt. Scotty Miller, small, short, white, the perfect Tom Brady wide receiver. We need Julian Edelman and Wes Welker and Scotty Miller if we want Tom Brady. The defense, kind of been questionable. I kind of forgotten up until just now that Richard Sherman was signed there because I just thought about their defensive back depth. They're 8-3. You can't argue with it. Had a really good win against the Colts. I really thought the Colts were going to come back and win that game. I really thought the Colts were going to maintain that lead. But it just didn't happen. The Bucs played good football. Leonard Fournette is carrying my fantasy team this year. Speaking of my fantasy team, Christian McCaffrey, what are you doing getting hurt again? I spent my first overall pick on you, and you're going to go out here and get hurt. That's fine. Anyways, sorry. Get well, Christian. Love you. So as far as playoffs go, like I said, it's Cowboys, Cardinals, Packers, Bucks, Rams, Niners, Washington. As far as teams who are in the hunt, and when I say in the hunt, I mean they are considered in the hunt because they're a few wins away from being in the playoffs. Stay with me here. Eagles, Giants, not the Seahawks. I'll say the Seahawks are out of the hunt. So Eagles, Giants, Vikings, Bears, Falcons, Saints, Panthers. Now let's do some math. There are 16 teams in the division. There are 7 teams in the playoffs, and I named 7 teams that are in the hunt. That means there are 2 teams who I will consider to be out of the hunt. And I do consider the Bears at 4-7 to be in the hunt. I know, I think the Bears are still good. It's the Seahawks and the Lions. The 3-8 and the 0-10-1 teams I consider to be out of the league or the playoff hunt. Is it possible for the Lions to make the playoffs? They have to win their next 6 games to get 6-10-1. That's just not happening. I guess it's technically possible, but I'm just going to say it won't happen. I feel like that's fair. Yeah, man. This year has just been weird. This has been I feel like every football year it gets weirder and weirder, but this, holy crap, this is just weird. So, as far as my predictions go, like I said, I think the Packers are the favorite, and I think the Patriots are the favorite from their 2 conferences respectively. I think that would be a fun Super Bowl. I don't think that's what will happen because apparently I know nothing about football and all my predictions were wrong and I'm just stupid in general. That's always fun to find out about yourself. I'm pretty sure I have a prediction video where I went game by game. Maybe I did it for the AFC North only, but I think I did it for every team. And if you want to go find that video and make fun of me about how wrong I am, feel free to. I think that's all. So like I said, Packers, Patriots is my prediction. Mid-season, second, third season, whatever, third season, whatever you want to call it, prediction for the Super Bowl. Everyone sucks. Just remember that. All these football teams, garbage, trash. We hate all of them. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you want to, like I said, if you want to listen to any of the previous podcasts, feel free to go ahead and make fun of me for how stupid I am. I am going to be, after this recording, a Browns-centric episode of the Preston Sports Podcast to really just vent and let all my depression and sadness out onto a microphone for the internet to enjoy and laugh at. Have a nice night, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, boop the notification bell, and I'll be back to you guys in a couple days here. Peace out.